The TV brand most buyers still trust when they want reliability is Sony. The brand that actually shows the lowest complete failure rate in RT's long-term longevity testing is LG. Starting at the bottom, Vizio. RT's accelerated longevity test recorded 1 complete failure and 4 partial failures out of 10 Vizio sets, with electronics failures as the most common breakdown point. That is the highest partial failure rate per unit of any brand in the test. Vizio built its reputation on being good enough for less. The long-term data has turned that into a trap. Here is what that trap looks like in a real living room. Vizio complaint forums and regulatory filings document this exact pattern. Buyers nudged toward paid repairs or offered a discount on a new Vizio as the resolution. That $400 you thought you saved is now a repair bill or a replacement. Do not buy Vizio, regardless of the sale price or the screen size. Subscribe before we get to the #1 brand. Next week, this channel is covering exactly which smart TV brands are collecting your viewing data and selling it, and which one logs the least. The brand at the top of this list is not the one most buyers assume, and the gap between #1 and #2 at the same 65-inch size is roughly $400 in your pocket. Stay with me. Brand #2 to avoid, Hisense. But with a distinction that matters. What this section is about is the other Hisense. The A-series and lower U-series models sold through Doorbuster promotions and warehouse clubs. RT's longevity test shows 5 complete failures and 3 partial failures out of 13 Hisense units tested, with backlight failures as the dominant cause. The models sold through warehouse Doorbuster events often carry similar model numbers to reviewed units, but use cheaper panel and backlight components to hit a price point. RT's identifies the backlight as the most common failure point in budget televisions. Hisense budget line is specifically engineered to produce exactly that failure. That is not an accident. That is a business model. A 75-inch Hisense at $599 is a transfer of risk. You are saving money up front by underwriting the probability that the backlight fails just outside your warranty window. Do not buy Hisense below the U8QG. Walk past every Doorbuster model. Now the 2 brands most buyers consider safe by default: Samsung and TCL. Samsung dominates showroom floors with bright QLED and Neo QLED sets. RT's and TechRadar routinely rank their high-end models near the top for brightness and gaming performance. RT's longevity test shows 4 complete failures and 6 partial failures out of 23 Samsung sets, meaningfully worse than LG's 1 complete and 8 partial out of 24. Here is the Samsung fact that most buyers do not know before they reach the checkout. Samsung has never shipped a television that supports Dolby Vision. Not one model, not at any price. You might be paying $1,298 or more for a 65-inch Samsung Neo QLED, while LG's C5 is confirmed at $1,397 and fully supports Dolby Vision. You are paying a comparable price for a television that cannot display the format your streaming apps prefer. Samsung belongs in the middle of this ranking. Better than the danger zone budget brands on reliability, but carrying a feature gap that is hard to justify when LG sits at the same price point. Drop the brand of TV you own right now, and how many years you have had it. Thumbs up if no problems. Thumbs down if you have had issues. I read every one. TCL has quietly moved from cheap and cheerful to a serious contender. RT's longevity test shows 1 complete failure and 0 partial failures out of 10 TCL sets, the cleanest result of any brand other than LG. The 65-inch QM7K is confirmed at $797 at Best Buy, and Tom's Guide named it the television they recommended to friends and family more than any other model in 2025. The Hisense U8QG sits in this same tier at $897, the brightest mini-LED confirmed in direct comparison testing. Both are legitimate purchases with their eyes open. The number one brand, and it is not the one most buyers assume. LG. Our Teen's accelerated test shows LG with 1 complete failure and 8 partial failures out of 24 sets, the lowest complete failure count of any brand in the test. What Hi-Fi and Our Teens consistently give LG OLED the strongest marks for picture quality and long-term performance. LG supports Dolby Vision across its entire OLED lineup. Every model from the B5 upward ships with 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, and WebOS is rated by TechRadar and What Hi-Fi as the most polished smart TV interface currently available. The specific model to buy right now is the LG B5 65-inch, model OLED 65B5 PUA, confirmed at $999 at Best Buy this month. TechRadar named it their best budget OLED TV of 2026. Tom's Guide gave it 5 stars. You are getting a genuine OLED panel with per-pixel perfect blacks, full Dolby Vision, and the lowest complete failure rate in Our Teen's longevity testing, for under $1,000. Compared to the TCL QM7K at $797, the B5 costs $200 more and delivers OLED black levels that no mini LED can match in a dark room, because an OLED pixel told to be black simply turns off, while a mini LED backlight told to be dark only dims. Compared to a Samsung Neo QLED at $1,200 or above, the B5 costs less and adds Dolby Vision that Samsung cannot offer at any price. Do not let a salesperson walk you past it toward a Samsung that costs more and does less. The LG B5 65-inch is linked in the description using an Amazon affiliate link. No extra cost to you. And that is how this research stays funded. Next week, the smart TV brand with a documented federal legal record for treating your viewing data as a product, ranked alongside every other brand by how much they log. That video will change how you look at the television sitting in your living room right now. Subscribe so you do not miss it.